Grab your roll for calf stretching. And then once it's in place with whichever foot you're going to use first, stand behind it and we'll start our optimal breathing into Tadasana. Your feet right under your hips, outside edges of feet parallel to the edges of your yoga mat. And if that feels like it makes your knees knock in a little bit, it might. This is in our normal walking posture. Then with your fingertips just brushing your thighs, roll onto the outside edges of your feet and feel how the fronts of the thighs roll out. See if you can maintain that as you press the forefoot back into the earth. And then we'll shift our hips back over heels. Which when I was doing this against the wall today, which is one way to feel it, with sacrum and low back ribs on the wall, my heels are pretty far out from the wall. I can't get those all in line. So hence the leaning forward to get my pelvis into alignment, which I think is true for most pelvises. And then breathe the low back ribs back over the sacrum, ramp the chin back, bring the back of the skull back. And with a hand on front of pelvis, hand on back of pelvis, just feel for balanced. Front of pelvis vertical to earth. Or maybe the side rims are horizontal to the earth. Optimal breathing into low back ribs. Relax low belly. Exhale, hug low abdominals in. Again, inhale, low back ribs. Release low belly. Exhale, hug low abdominals in. Breathe the back ribs out. Relax low belly, and maybe even feel pelvic floor dome out as it relaxes. Exhale, low abdominals draw in without tightening. Keep that breath going as you put your foot on the roll, either foot. Keep your hands on your pelvis so you can feel for the pelvis staying in its same alignment to earth and space as you choose to either stand with your standing leg behind the foot on roll, next to it, or in front of it for more sensation, more length. Relax your arms down. Breathe into low back ribs. Release low belly, hike shoulders to ears. Exhale, hug low belly in, roll the shoulders back and down. Again, breathe into the low back ribs. Shoulders up, low belly relaxes. Exhale, massage low abdominals in, squeeze shoulders down the back. Once again on this side. And step off your roll. Put it in front of the other foot. From Tadasana, once again, line your pelvis back over your heels. Breathe the low back ribs over your sacrum. Draw the chin in to bring back of skull back over sacrum. Chest slightly down. In fact, this is how we learned it in biomechanics. If you put your hand on your sternum and you look, I don't know if you have anything you can look at your reflection in where your monitor is, hand should be vertical to the floor. So for me, that was very upsetting when I first learned that's alignment. But then I'm starting to get some more space breathing into back body. All right, once that's all in place, one hand on front of pelvis, one hand on back of pelvis. Breathe into low back ribs, relax low belly out. Exhale, hug low belly in and put your other foot on your roll. Keep your hands on your pelvis so your pelvis feels like it floats into alignment wherever you decide to step standing foot. Relax your arms. Breathe into low back ribs, relax low belly. Hike shoulders to ears. Exhale, massage low belly in. Massage shoulder blades down the spine. 2 more breaths like that. And come to all fours. Micro twisting quadruped. On your hands and knees, knees right over, knees under hips. Hands maybe a tiny bit wider than shoulders. Press the earth away to lift out of the shoulders. Reach the diamond of the pelvis straight back, the sitting bones, the tailbone, and the pubic bone. Drop top rim of sacrum towards the earth, just enough to feel softness in the low back, the low ribs staying in the body. Inhale, top rim of sacrum down to floor, exaggerating lumbar curve. Keep the chest and neck steady. Head might hang. Exhale, top rim sacrum sky. Inhale, top rim sacrum earth. Breathe into low back ribs, keep them lifted. Exhale, top rim sacrum sky. 2 more breaths like that. Return to neutral spine. Inhale, spread your hands wide. Press all parts of your fingers, hands into earth. This will start to strengthen the wrists. It's the exact opposite of our clutching that usually we have to do functionally. Inhale, chest towards thumbs, or if you're on elbows, towards earth. Exhale, upper back rises between shoulders. Inhale, chest sinks. Now pelvis and low ribs are neutral. Exhale, press earth away, upper back rises. 2 more breaths like that. Now, micro twisting quadruped, come to neutral spine. Little dip of the top rim of sacrum, so lumbar spine is natural. Keep a lift out of shoulders. Breathe into the low back ribs. Turn your chest towards left hand. Left hand lifts off the earth. Arms stay straight. It's a little lift. Relax your low belly. Exhale, pull low belly in. Right knee floats off the earth. Again, just straight up, a little lift. Hand down, knee down. Inhale, low back ribs. Turn to the right, right hand up. Relax low belly. Exhale, pull low belly in, left knee up. Center. Inhale, low back ribs inflate. Turn left hand up. Exhale, hug low abdominals in, right knee up. Center. Inhale, turn to right. Exhale, left knee up. Do 1 more like that to each side. Lower down onto your elbows. Wrap your hands around your upper arms to set your elbows under shoulders, then either clasp hands or put the palms down and keep the forearms parallel to each other, the wrists softly planted into the mat. Press the earth away, lift out of shoulders, lean your hips back, dangle your head between your triceps. And if you're ready to lift off your knees for full, continue to push the earth away, turn on shoulders. And lean back, stretch. Lower your knees down, come onto your back for elbow to knee with thigh traction. Oh, letting someone in from the waiting room. All right, lying on your back. Knees bent over your pelvis. Feet can dangle closer to your seat, but activate them. Spread the bones of the foot. Hey, Nikki. Hands interlaced behind your head and neck. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders off the earth. Press your low back down. Exhale, twist to left thigh, send right leg to ceiling. Right hand takes hold of the right thigh. Breathe into right hip. Exhale, spiral the thigh bone up from the pelvis. Pull your low belly down. Inhale, center, bend your knees. Exhale, twist to the right, left leg to sky. Press low back down. Inhale into left hip, take hold of left thigh. Exhale, spiral the thigh bone up. Tractioning, make a little space in the joint. Pull your belly down. Inhale, center, bend your knees, press the low back flat. Exhale, twist left, right leg to sky. Take hold of right thigh, breathe into right hip, right low back. Exhale, spiral the right thigh bone up. Spiraling a little internal rotation, thigh in towards the left, pull your belly down. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right, left leg up. Take hold of left thigh. Breathe into left hip. Exhale, spiral thigh bone up. Pull your belly down. If this is a new move for you, do that 2 more times on each side. Option to move into star spiral pulse if you can feel that pulse. Inhaling, press low back down. Exhale, twist left, right leg up. Inhale, flex the right foot, turning right thigh in. And just like you're using your hand, exhale, slowly pulse the heel up to the ceiling, maybe 3 times. Pull low belly down. So no thrashing. This is a gentle massage of the thigh bone from the pelvis. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right, left leg to sky. Inhale, flex the left foot, turn the thigh in. And of course, you can use your hand if you're still learning this. Exhale, little pulse. Do 1 more to each side, either thigh traction or do the pulses. Trying to feel for low belly creating the pulse. If you do it from the hip, your hip will cramp, and that's fine. You'll be okay. That muscle tends to take over everything. So this is a learning process to bypass that. And once you're done with your rounds, set your feet on the floor for bridge. Straightforward bridge, arms down alongside the body. Let's do palms up, widening through the collarbones, shoulders relaxed. Press your feet down, tuck your tailbone up, press hips to sky. Feel for lengthening the thigh bones forward. Activate your feet, lift and spread your toes. So as you stretch your knees forward, you're not feeling pressure in the knees. You're feeling hip bones straight up. Breathe the rib cage up into your armpits, and then your chest up towards your chin. Make sure neck is off the ground. If you're tucking chin and your neck's pressing, then lift the chin just a little. One more breath. Press hips straight up to ceiling. Exhale, slowly roll down. Come to all fours for flash prep. Nick, you didn't get to do dolphin yet, so I might talk you into dolphin. And then if you want to try flash prep, I'll show you the two variations. So dolphin, either way, we'll measure our elbow width by wrapping hands around upper arms and either clasping hands, or if you're doing flash prep and or your shoulders are healthy, palms down. Dolphin prep, pressing the ground away, hanging head, leaning hips back. Dolphin, maybe lift your knees up. Again, we're still in the warm-up portion of class. Those of us who did dolphin already, once you've got this measured, slide your left hand back so your hand lies right up under your elbow pointing to the ceiling. Press into the earth, lean your hips back, option to lift your knees up. It's kind of a one-armed dolphin. I assume this is called flash prep because it's like a flashy pose preparation. Use your left hand pressing into the earth as much as your right shoulder needs. If it's feeling strong, you can play with taking weight off the left hand. So do 5 breaths on each side, flash prep. If you're in dolphin with both elbows down, take up to 8 to 10 breaths in dolphin. If you're not doing flash prep, don't worry about missing out. There will be more coming up. And once you're done with your sides or with all your breaths, return to your back with your foam block. That's a good dolphin, Nick. Your low back look nice and long. All right, lying on your back. If you don't have your foam block, you don't need it. What we're doing is balancing it on the shins. So whatever you choose to balance on your shins, make sure it's something that if it fell on your face, you would not be mad at me. I tried to do this with cat on shins. She is not compliant. All right. So, and then if you're playing with the block just on your shins, turn it up a level. So it's literally balancing. This is kind of to strengthen the mind as much as anything else. Hands interlaced behind your head and neck. Send your breath down into your low back. Activate your feet, spread your toes, press the balls of the feet forward. Feel the foot bones and tissues widen. Exhale, press your low back flat down into the ground. Draw the sides of the waist down. Inhale, curl your head and shoulders up. Exhale, tip your tailbone up without dropping your block. Pull your belly down. So knees are going straight up. Inhale, head down, tail down. Exhale, press the low back flat into the ground. Inhale, head and shoulders up. Exhale, curl tailbone up, draw navel to spine. I also like the blocks. I realize one of my legs wants to curl way more than the other. Inhale, head and shoulders down. Exhale, press the low back flat, sides of the waist down, the low ribs, the front floating ribs, draw into your waist. Inhale, head and shoulders up. Exhale, tip your tailbone up. Contract your sitting bones to your tailbone. Send your inner thighs straight up to sky. Pull belly down. One more round. Inhale, head down, tail down. Exhale, press your low back flat. Inhale, head and shoulders up. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, draw navel to spine. Inhale, head down, tail down. Exhale, press your low back flat. Squish the low back into the mat. Top rim of sacrum down, sides of the waist down, lowest ribs are down. Take the block away. Hug your knees to your chest. Spinal twist. Drop your knees over to one side. Arms, any variation. You can rest your knees on your block to modulate your twist. Bring your knees up and over to the other side. And come to all fours. One more round of dolphin or flash prep or dolphin strut. So we'll all start the same way, down on elbows, wrap hands around upper arms, elbows right under shoulders. So that's under the shoulder joint. If your shoulders are healthy, it'll keep them that way. Even bringing the shoulders in a little closer is good. If you have shoulder injury, then you might have to disobey me. That's fine. Listen to your shoulders and clasp your hands. Shoulders are healthy, then your palms are down, flat wrists, press the earth away to lift out of your shoulders, relax your neck. Move into the two-arm version again, or slide left hand back for flash prep, press into the earth, and then move into your one-arm dolphin. If right shoulder is feeling stable, left hand reaches back for your left calf, just below your knee, and pulls you in. Dolphin strut. Mm-hmm. And after your 4 or 5 breaths, you may have to come all the way out of the pose to reset for the second side. You want your shoulders in pristine alignment before you start to bear weight on them. This is a small group. Feel free to unmute yourself for questions. From what I can see, you guys look awesome. Just in case you're not feeling awesome, it looks awesome. And when your rounds are complete, either both sides 5 breaths or you've done your 8 to 10 on both elbows, come to standing on your knees. Touch your thumbs together behind your back. Find your optimal breathing again, breathing the low back ribs out and hugging low belly in so the front ribs don't pop out as we move into this. Roll the head of the shoulder back, widen through collarbones, and then keep everything just as it is. Keep breathing as you start to straighten the arms. If the arms straighten, and your back ribs are out and your head of shoulder is safely back, then you start to lift the hands up. And relax your arms. Find your way up to standing for Uddiyana. Uddiyana, option Agnisara, 3 rounds. Standing in kind of a short horse stance, like you're on a small horse. Sturdy, stable, hands on your thighs, lock your elbows out. So when you lean forward, your spine is straight, but your abdominals can relax, holding your spine straight. We'll breathe in, blow it out, hold it out. I'm assuming you haven't had lunch yet. If your belly's empty, you'll hold your breath out, pull your belly in and up. Second round, while you're holding your breath out, Agnisara. Third round, maybe faster. If you do have anything going on in your belly you don't want to disturb, back traction, press palms into thighs and just work the length of your spine Don't worry about doing weird things to your organs. Small group, feel free to show me your belly. We were doing this on the beach yesterday, and it's so good to have the sun and the air on the belly. Get over our stories about this area. Inhale, empty completely, and then go for your 3 rounds, any variations you please. And when your rounds are complete, no hurry. Come to Tadasana at the front of your mat. Surya Namaskar A. Surya Namaskar are the sun salutations. A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Step back into plank. And if your shoulders are healthy, lower down, elbows stay over shoulders. So move your chest forward, keep your belly and ribs in. Upward dog. Inhale, pull your chest through, legs straight. If you want to keep hips on mat for a cobra the first few rounds, please do. Exhale, downward dog. 5 breaths. Actually, it's fine, Uddiyana, here. Take a big breath in. Empty your breath out. And while you're empty, fly the belly up into your heart. Now keep that lift of your diaphragm as you breathe. The ribs will have to pulse out to the sides so you can stay connected to core through Uddiyana. Step or jump your feet forward. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold into your legs. Inhale, rise, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Optional, stay in plank and move into up dog from plank. You can keep your arms straight. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Wilhelm, do yoga with us. Inhale, step or jump forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, arms up. Sorry, I'm giggling at my nephew. Exhale, hands to heart. He's teasing me with a yoo-hoo or something. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga, or stay in plank. Inhale, upward dog. Strong, straight legs if you can, knees off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breaths in and out. We try to breathe in and out of nose only in these standing postures as a way to retain the energy we're creating. Sometimes we build too much energy on purpose to burn through our blocks, but that could come up as pain or cursing. So if you got to let it out your mouth, let it out your mouth. Inhale, step or jump forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. One more like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga or plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Breathe your chest out in front of your arms. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice, Cynthia. Step or hop your feet forward. Inhale, lengthening spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to heart. Surya Namaskara B. Utkatasana. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga, or step right into down dog. Each sun salute B has 3 chaturangas, so don't worry about skipping any. There'll be more. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Warrior 1. Step right foot up to your right thumb. Ground your back heel out at 45 degrees. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, chaturanga, plank or down dog. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Step left foot up to left thumb. Inhale, push off your feet to come up. Exhale, back down to the earth. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Step or jump forward. Inhale your chest forward. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, sit back in your chair. Try to keep your knees back over your heels. Exhale, Samastiti. Once again, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Right foot forward. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Left foot. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, step or jump your feet forward. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana. Inhale, sit back into your chair. Exhale, Samastiti. Separate your feet hips width, hands on hips. Inhale, shoulders back, Padangusthasana, hand to big toe. Exhale, take your big toes, index and middle finger hook around the big toe with the palms facing each other. And thumbs make a full ring around the toes, touching your index finger, but not the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen spine. Exhale, fold in, tuck chin to throat, and look for navel, or look through your legs for your own tail. Padahastasana. Inhale, look forward. Slide your hands underneath your feet. Fingers back to heels, toes all the way onto your wrist bones. So you get a sweet wrist massage there. Exhale, fold in. Crow or crow prep. Free your hands, plant them on the ground. Turn your heels in, come onto tippy toes, and try to touch knees into armpits. If you're going for the arm balance, bend your elbows, shift your weight forward so your elbows line up over your wrists. Look forward without straining your neck. And find your way back to downward dog when you are satisfied. Down dog abs. Reach your right leg back or set your knees down for tabletop and then reach right leg back. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale back. Exhale, knee right shoulder. Inhale back. Exhale, cross under, knee left elbow. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale back. Downward facing dog or tabletop. Left leg. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, left shoulder. Sides of the waist up. Inhale. Right elbow. Exhale. Belly in. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale back. Downward facing dog. Down dog hip opener. Right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee. Turning your hips to the right. Press into the right hand so your chest, shoulder stays square to the earth. I like to sometimes peek under my left armpit towards my right foot to keep my shoulders square. Warrior two. Step the right foot between your hands. Spin the back heel down to come up to standing. Reverse warrior with back traction and neck release. Right knee bent over ankle. Draw your left hip back over in line with left heel for this variation. Raise your left hand up an inch. Breathe your left ribs out to lengthen both sides of your spine. And then exhale, left hand down, right arm reaches over ear. Back traction, left hand presses into the crease between your hip and your thigh. In the Forrest Yoga variation, it's okay to let the shoulder rise up as you telescope the left ribs out. So if that feels all right to you, that's fine. So just pressing down opens the right hip. The more you press, the more space you get out of the hip. Neck release. Lower the right hand towards the right knee, palm down, and then feel for a sweet traction through the right side of neck. Run your breath through that line. Twisting lunge, hands down to either side of front foot, lower your back knee down. Inhale, left arm forward or up. Exhale, twist, left elbow over right thigh. Optional, tuck your back toes under, breathe in. Exhale, lift left knee off earth. Twisting crescent. Pull your right hip underneath you. Squeeze sitting bones towards each other. Lizard. Both hands down to the inside of right foot. If you'd like, you can move the left leg back or the right foot out to the side. Little bit of cobra action here, whether on your hands or lowering your elbows down. Pull the mat towards you to telescope the rib cage from the pelvis, lengthening forward. And then exhale, drop your hips into the space you make. Extended warrior. Press back up onto your hands. Lift your hips to spin the back heel down. I would say right heel either in line with back heel or right heel in line with back arch works too. Either right elbow up onto right thigh, turn your hips open in line with your feet and extend arm over ear, or you can bring the right hand onto block or floor on either side of foot. Classical gaze is up at the left palm, but you can look any direction that your neck feels lengthening but not straining. Lower your hands down to the ground, lower down onto your belly. Half bow. Prop yourself on your elbows like a sphinx. Right heel to butt. Bend your right knee. Take a breath. Exhale, catch right foot or ankle. I like to catch foot and then flex foot over hand. It's more of a stabilizing posture for the knee. And use that leg. Your right arm stays straight. Your shoulders being drawn back. Pull on the mat with left hand to pull the chest forward. Press pubic bone down into mat. Tuck your tail. Exhale, lower down. Downward facing dog. Down dog hip opener, left leg to the sky. You can also do this from tabletop. Right knee can be on earth. And then open your hips to the left. Exhale, knee to chest. Step into warrior two. Right hip back in line with right heel. Reach the right arm back. Inhale, lengthen the ribs off the hips. Exhale, right hand down, left arm crosses ear. Right hand presses into right hip. And as you send right hip down, feel for the left hip opening to your breath. Breathe into the low back ribs. Fan them out from your kidneys. Good. Exhale, hug low belly in, and then press the left arm back without dipping into the back ribs. Lower left hand down towards your knee for neck release. Keep hanging your head to the right. We're still in reversed spine. Twisting lunge, hands down, lower the back knee down. Inhale, right arm forward or up. Exhale, twist. Optional, tuck back toes, inhale. Exhale, straighten back leg, twisting crescent. Lizard, hands down to the inside of left foot. A wide stride lunge. Even with your hips opening in this shape, squeeze the sitting bones towards your tail. Connect to that center that's between your pelvic floor and your belly button. And then lengthen your chest forward from there. Press the right inner heel, right inner leg back from there. Extended warrior. Bring your left foot back towards center. Spin the back heel down into warrior two. Right arm over ear. Maybe your left elbow is up on your thigh. Lower down onto your belly. Half bow. Set up on your elbows. If this does not work for either low back or knee, you can do quad stretch, resting on the pillow of your forearm. That's fine. If you'll feel safe doing this vice-like action, what is it, putting you on the racks? Left foot is drawing your left shoulder back. Right hand is pulling your chest forward. So you're literally tractioning yourself in two directions. The good news is you're in charge. Downward facing dog. You can always skip down dog and do a cat cow, or rest on your belly. Take huge breaths into your low back. Arrow lunge. Step the right foot forward, lower back knee down into lunge. Hands on either side of front foot. You can put your hands on your two blocks if you like. Now maybe peek back. Make sure your left ankle is straight. It tends to sickle, as in if you can see your big toe. Press your inner ankle in. So you get a stretch already through the top inside of the left foot. And then press your foot into the floor to maybe straighten your back knee. If your knee locks out, you can tuck your tail, pull your belly in, and take the weight off your hands. Turn this into any other lunge. Crescent lunge. Knee down, tuck your back toes, straighten your back leg off the mat. Hands to thigh, bring your shoulders up over your hips. Press your palms together overhead. Try not to lock any fingers. Just press the palms flat, using your back muscles to squeeze your arms into your head. I think the goal of this is to fatigue those tight upper back shoulder muscles. Lounge lunge. Hands down. Left hand walks pretty far out from your right big toe, so you might be off your mat. Right arm drapes over your right thigh, so you can hold your shin, and then lean onto left hip. So the left side body droops towards left wrist, shoulder to ear. If this hurts wrist, try to get your shoulder lined up over your wrist so you got bone on bone, but you might have to be down on elbow, and it's still a pretty big pose on elbow. Elbow on block will give you more sway. Now tuck the left sitting bone towards the left heel, lengthen through the back leg, press your hips towards front heel. Left shoulder can rise right up into your ear, slumping shoulder, resting head on shoulder, that's fine. Twisting pigeon. Lower right shin across the mat. You can do this from twisting deer pose also with your left knee bent out to the side if your knees need a little more space. You need to go on your back, just let me know. I'll give it a different modification. Walk your hands to the right towards knee or thigh, And let's start with the little cobra action. Spread your fingers, pull on the ground to lengthen your spine from your hips out over your thigh. And for the next 3 breaths, you can continue to actively traction spine or lower down onto your elbows, or maybe even head on hands. And you can stay here if you're settling in, or go into neutral pigeon. Walk your hands way out in front of you for this version to lengthen spine forward. If there's room, you can tuck your back toes and walk the left thigh back, stretching out like I see my cat do all the time with ease, and then flopping into your sunny spot. Lower down, find your way onto your belly. Boat, shoulder shrugs. Oh no, let's do the boat spread eagle. If you're on a carpeted floor, have enough padding, you should be fine. If you're on a harder floor, put a blanket underneath your pelvis. So you're going to be kind of balancing on your pubic bone, and it can be pretty hard on that. So. And luckily we're ladies. With men, I'm not sure what they have to do. This makes it to YouTube, men of the future. Just put your stuff out of the way. Lie on your belly. Make sure there's enough padding under your pubic bone. Hands start under shoulders. Okay. Reach your legs back. Pretend to hold a block between your ankles to begin. Inhale, lift your shoulders, your hands, your head, your feet off the mat. Exhale, hug the shoulders back, reach your tailbone back. Spread eagle. Inhale, reach your arms open on diagonals. Spread your legs wide like you're the letter X. Exhale, try to touch elbows back by your tail. Squeeze your legs together. Squeeze your block between your ankles. Inhale, spread eagle. Exhale, squeeze everything in. Gaze any direction where your neck is relaxed. I recommend chin tucked in a little bit. Inhale, 2 more times. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Place your palms on the ground by your ribs or under shoulders. Pull on the mat. Inhale, pull your chest forward. Exhale, downward dog. Arrow lunge. Left foot forward. Lower the back knee into lunge. This is the pointy toe lunge. So hands on either side of foot or on blocks. Spread the back toes. Feel for pressing the top of the foot into the mat without rolling to the outer foot. Favor the inner foot, the less stretched side. And your knee might not lift up. Maybe this is just a sweet foot stretch for you. That's fine. You'll notice just stretching the foot, you can feel it all the way up into your hip flexors. If your knee straightens, continue to track that lengthening up the front of the leg into the low belly. If you want to add on arm variations, that's fine. Crescent lunge, lower the back knee down, tuck your toes. Inhale, straighten back leg. Again, palms together, breathe into back ribs. And exhale, try to squeeze your head with your arms without locking fingers. Looking up at hands can actually make this easier on the upper back, but it can be hard on the neck. Lounge lunge. Hands down. Right hand walks far away enough that you can lean on the right hand. Left arm drapes over your left thigh to hug it in. And this pose looks a lot more loungy than it feels. So if you think I look like I'm settling in to watch TV and you don't feel that way, I feel like you do. Just make sure wrist feels safe enough because there's a lot of weight on the right wrist. You might have to put your elbow down. All right. Inhale, breathe the right ribs down to the right wrist. Exhale, press your pelvis towards left heel. Tuck the right sitting bone into the tail. One more breath. Feel for the right side of the spine drooping down. Exhale, tuck tail. Extend through right heel. Pigeon, lower left shin down. Twisting pigeon towards the knee, or deer pose is fine. Walk your hands to the left. Yeah, that would work fine in deer. Start by pulling on the ground to lengthen your spine, and then either stay like that, continue to lengthen for 3 more breaths, or rest down. I would still stay active through your feet, a little tuck of tail. Maybe you're exactly where you want to be. Continue to explore the shape with your breath. Or walk your hands forward for your neutral pigeon, but maybe you feel longer, stretched out. And find your way back to downward dog. Or skip down dog. We're coming onto our backs next for Ardha Virasana on a block, which I will show you. And then I'll give you an option if none of this interests you. You may have both done this with me before. So this is what it looks like. We'll set up like we're setting up for bridge on block. Tucking tail, getting on your strong legs, then putting the block underneath you. The medium or the high way, probably. You'll feel, for me, medium way gives me the optimal shape in this pose. It's easier on my knees if I go higher on the block. I'll show you medium. We'll draw right knee to chest. Feel for softness in right hip. Right hand will come down to right ankle, pointing it a lot. So you can bring the top of the foot down. And if you're on a hard floor, you might want to put a blanket there because you will feel your foot knuckles to stretch out. Tucking tail. Option arms up. If that does not look great for knees, hips, whatever, you can do the opposite. Simply, actually, if that does not look great, do camel instead. 2 rounds. First round, camel prep. Second round, maybe full camel. If there's time for a third round, we'll talk about dipping. If I see you go into camel, I'll talk to you more. All right, so Ardha Virasanas, come into bridge and then find your block to put it under sacrum. And you don't have to commit to the size of it. You'll feel if you need more space for your knee. Start by hugging right knee to chest. Keep the tail tucked, so even though your weight is on the block, there's more weight in your left leg. Good. Now, if your knee's healthy, reach down for your right ankle. Point the foot, squish it down toward your buttock, and then exhale to bring top of the foot toenails as close to your hip as you can. Make sure you're breathing, especially in that transition, to make sure your knee, you can hear it when she tells you to stop. And if that feels safe, keep pressing left foot down, tuck tail, maybe stretch arms up overhead. Maybe keep hands on hips and feel for the contents of the low belly pelvis to sink back towards your sacrum. Breath might get soft, but keep it slow and consciously moving into right hip. One more breath on the side. Then bring the right knee back into your chest. Tuck your tail and set foot on ground. Press feet down, tuck tail, and exhale left knee to chest. Send your breath into left hip. Exhale, squeeze the knee in. Feel for hip getting smushy. Then left hand down to ankle. So you can point the foot a lot. Bring your heel as close to butt as you can. Take a breath. And as you breathe out, ease the left foot down next to your hip. Go smooth on the exhale. So if your knee says, you listen to that knee. And either arms up or hands on hips or whatever allows you to continue to navigate left hip with breath. This is maybe a little too much anatomy information, but we are getting a deep, this is one of those poses that can actually get psoas, which when pulled and stretched will compress your low back, your SI joint area, which we normally decompress by tucking our tail, but tucking the tail will tighten psoas more. So you need to use your breath in there to start to decompress things. Ease your way out the way you came in. Now we have time if you want to explore any bigger spinal extensions. You can press right into bridge or wheel from where you are. You come out of the pose and go into camel or bow lying on your belly. If you're done with all that, you can turn your block the low way and put legs straight up so you're in a modified shoulder stand with blood draining from your legs into your low back. And bring your feet down to the ground or stay where you are. I'm going to talk through some more inverted variations. If you're happy where you are, stay. We'll start by moving block out of the way and come into Baddha Konasana with your feet off the floor. Bring the soles of the feet together, lift them up towards the sky. So you've got a wide diamond, and then draw your feet towards your face. Activate the feet, press them together, spread the toes apart. That'll help keep the knees safe. And then if it feels right to you, tuck chin to throat and curl head up towards feet. Pull belly in a lot. You're putting your spine in the exact opposite curve you were just in. So use your abdominals. And if this feels like, whoa, too much on the SI joint, go into happy baby instead. Keep your sacrum flat on the earth. Head and shoulders down, open into happy baby. Legs straight up to the sky or stay in happy baby. If your legs are straight up, big toes together, press balls of feet up like you're standing tippy toe. Bring the arms down on the ground by your hips, palms face each other, and then lift your hands up, reach forward. This kind of almost like a boat shape, Navasana that's fell on its back. Tuck your chin in like you're trying to curl your head up, forehead to your knees. Pull your belly in, reachy, reachy. If you feel your neck working, pull your belly in more. Lots of abdominal heating up here. From here, option to press your hands down and roll back onto your shoulders for plow or shoulder stand, or go back into happy baby. Once you got weight on your shoulders, please do not turn your head. Plow. Take a few more breaths to do whatever shoulder stand series or parts of it you like. Happy baby, come into figure 4. Hook right ankle over left knee for a back release / hip stretch. Figure 4, change sides. And if there's any last stretches, poses, or simply soothing movements that'll help you settle into relaxation, find those. And of course, unmute yourself if you're not sure how to address what you're feeling. Always check in with your breath first. Ask your body. But I'm here to help if you would like any more yoga type suggestions. And then come into a place where you can relax completely. There is both benefit to the unsupported Shavasana, just sprawling out in your corpse pose with your human body settling into a flat surface, letting the awkwardness of that dissolve, or to go right into its awkwardness. And there's also benefit to using propping to mold the ground to fit your human body shape, so you feel supported and can relax. And in Shavasana, we even let go of control of the breath. So you find you're not letting go there either. Not yet. Then take a huge breath in and hold it as long as you can. Let the tension build. And consciously let it go. Take a deep breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll over to your side. Keep your head and neck relaxed as you press your way up to sitting. Sitting with the palms together. Thumbs at sternum, press into your heart, lift it up. We bow to each other. Namaste.